You may have been looking at your analytics and seeing that you've had 1,000 views and no sales, or maybe one sale, or just pretty much not the sales you expected. You probably spent a lot of time on your sales page and you're just not sure why it's not converting. So your first thought might be, oh gosh, I need to hire a copywriter. But then you did some research and you found that copywriters start at about $2,000 for a sales page. And that's probably out of your price range as a beginner in digital marketing. So you're wondering what kind of magical copy or what are they doing to make people hypnotize into reading a sales page that you can't do. But the truth is you can learn how to write like a copywriter. What they've learned is how to write copy that's customer focused. What an amateur sales page writer does is write copy that focuses on the program they're selling or the coaching they're selling or whatever it is they're selling, they're focusing on that as the main part of the sales page. And a copywriter has learned to write it from a customer standpoint so the customer reads it and relates with it. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 examples of failed sales page themes. And secondly, I'm going to show you this key piece of a sales page you're probably missing that is likely the reason your sales page isn't converting. And thirdly, I'm going to show you the 17-point checklist for a high converting sales page. So let's get into it. Now, the secret, as I mentioned, is that it's all about your customer and not what you're selling. So the first theme, the sales page theme that just is wrong, is vague and generic. So here we have just the level up your course, your project course. And I wrote introducing at the top because I see almost every amateur sales page begin with introducing and the name of your course. And this is what I mean by talking about the sales page in terms of your course, your program, and not the customer. This has nothing to do with your customer. You're saying they're going to learn how to be better at these things, but what the customer wants is the transformation. So your customer, the person reading the sales page, is currently in their life at point A, and what they want to be is at point B. And your course, your program is actually what brings them to point B. But point B is what's going to give them urgency and cause them to purchase your program. So it's actually point B that you want to be talking about. So talking about your course here, about all the things they're going to learn, is not going to, entice them to purchase your program. This headline doesn't grab attention. There's no promise of a transformation here. I'm really not sure who this course is for. And customers, they really want action and not learning. The next example I have for a sales page theme that doesn't work is jargon overload. And this is often written from somebody coming from a corporate background. I'll see their sales page and I'll wonder, I'm really not sure what they're selling. I'm not sure what they do. I guess I used to think maybe I'm not their target market. But really, I think what it is that the words they're using are just not relatable. It comes across pretentious. There's nothing emotional about this. It's very corporate, and I'm still not sure what they're selling. It's just a big buzzword salad. And oftentimes, some of the programs that they're selling are to beginners, and a beginner is probably not even going to know what any of these words mean. So tone it down and use regular people language. That's all I have to say on that part. And the next one, the next sales page theme that went wrong is a creator focus one. So it's all about I and me. So on your sales page, you want to avoid the words me, my, and I. Maybe in your bio area, you can use those, but I wouldn't use it on the rest of your sales page since it's supposed to be customer focus. They're reading the sales page and they're seeing themselves in it. You can read here that this just reads all about the creator. It has nothing to do with the customer here. There's no mention of the reader's struggle, and it's just not relatable. The next example I have is the empty promise. And this was just gone wrong here. It's basically over-promising. This is the super salesy version of a sales page. It's a big turnoff, and it reads like an infomercial. Master every aspect of project management without stress, confusion, or wasted time. No experience required. So it just sounds unbelievable. It's over-promising. You're probably not doing this in your sales page, but that doesn't mean I don't see it sometimes. It often will be somebody who's been in sales for a really long time, I suppose, and they're new to digital marketing. I might see this type of sales page. And the next one is a feature focus. And this is probably one of the most common when the amateur sales page writer will write about the features of the course and not mention the benefit of it. So in order to write a benefit of a feature, you think in terms of so that. So they're going to learn project management techniques so that you can blank. So that would be the so that, anything that comes after the so that is the benefit. So that's the last one that went wrong. And the problem with most sales pages is that they assume interest without persuasion. What I mean is that most sales pages are all about listing what the program includes, as if that alone will sell the program. And what most sales pages are missing are a key part right here. So they often will have the headline, subheadline, opening hook, and then a whole bunch of missing pieces, because right after that they jump straight into the offer. So they'll say, introducing the name of my program, you're going to learn how to this and that, and they'll say, here's what's included in my program. And there are huge parts missing right here, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. So this is what's missing, is the discussion of the problem. And when you talk about the problem on your sales page the customer is having, that's what I mean by customer focus. So when they read that you have restated their problem to them, the point A where they're at now, and meanwhile they want to get to point B, you're restating that point A to them in a way that they read this and they think, wow, they really know, the person writing this really knows where I'm coming from. They are relating with you and you are relating with them. And so they're reading this and thinking, if they understand my problem this well, they can certainly solve it. So they're going to be drawn into the sales page and read further. That's what a copywriter has learned to do. They've learned to talk about the problem in the way that the customer talks about their problem. So the better you understand your customer, the better sales page you can write. So the more research you can do into talking about the problem the customer has on your sales page, the better sales you're going to be. So you'll go into a problem statement, talking about the problem or frustration they're dealing with, their point A. And then secondly, you talk about the consequence of not solving the problem. And that's what gives urgency and makes them want to purchase your program. If you didn't talk about the consequence of solving their problem, they would have no urgency. And they're like, yes, I'm living with this problem, but I'll deal with it later. But instead, if you talk about, if you keep letting this go on for years, you're going to have this problem in the end. Or you might even talk about, you've tried this, you've tried that, and nothing's worked so far. So finally, I have the solution for you. And that's when you introduce your offer as a solution to their problem. And then you go into what's included and then the benefits of the features of what's included. So this is often what's missing in most sales pages that aren't doing well. And I'm going to include this whole list here in the notes below. So you'll have them, everything from the headline all the way down to the final call to action. In the next video, I'll talk about 3 reasons why your launch was a flop. So if you want to catch that, be sure and subscribe. Thanks.